Welcome to the Dominance Academy, where we specialize in revitalizing manhood and leadership. Our approach focuses on developing men to lead with strength and passion, enriching their lives and their families. We provide practical solutions and expert guidance in the realms of sexual education and the mysteries behind polarity and structured power dynamics. Join us at thedominanceacademy.com and restore harmony to your home while rediscovering the joy of a fulfilling masculine presence. It's time to step into your role as a leader and as a man. And now, the host of the show, Mr. Justin.
What's happening? What's happening? Good afternoon to y'all. Thanks for coming through. For those of you who are here on the live, and I appreciate those of you who will be watching this on the replay. Man, I have been recently hearing about this soft guy era stuff, and I didn't know what it was. I didn't really understand, like, just the wording of it just didn't make any sense. I'm like, wait a second, is this the era? Is this the time of the soft man? And I was thinking, well, maybe just guys are progressively getting more emotive, they're getting more weak, they're being less grounded, they're becoming just I dare I say more feminine, just all around in that sort of way. So I'm like, okay, maybe they're just grasping hold of this and making it a something to be proud of, right? And so I did some research and came across a number of videos around this sort of concept, and I still don't get it, because like, it's on one end it sounds like they're being serious, and then on another end it sounds like it's all satire. So, and then I'm thinking, well, yeah, it probably is satire, but then at the same time, guys are still they're unhappy out there. They feel like they're getting the short end of the stick, and they're not getting the things that they want. So they're just like, you know what? I'm going to start acting like women. I'm going to start acting entitled. All right, entitled to treatment, entitled to the same sort of niceties that women are, and that in itself is problematic, because guys are then looking at women as the model in which to mirror. And they're saying to themselves, well, I want to be taken care of. I want to be, I want to be pampered. I want to be, cared after by another person. And then have all these walls up. Like, if you're not going to spend money on me, I don't want to spend time with you. If you're not going to, rub my feet and, open the car door for me, then I don't want to spend time with you. And, I'm just so confused. It's such layered sideways speak. I can't even begin to discern what the hell is going on in the heads of these guys. Shout out to J98, Abe, Braithwaite, and Dylan the Islander. Thank you for coming through. So, yeah, if you guys could explain to me, I don't get it. Like, I feel like I've gone to a foreign country and I'm listening to people speak, and it sort of makes sense, but it doesn't, because I know the language, but I don't know, man. This is bad. Like, this is really, really bad for the brand. The whole thing. Because why the hell are you comparing yourselves to women? Why do you want to be a woman? Why do you want to be cared for in the same way that a woman is cared for? I mean, yeah, when you're on top of your shit and you know what you're doing, the foot massages come, the dinners come, the body worship comes, the praise, the verbal praise comes, gifts come. I don't need a woman to hold a door open for me. Actually, I don't need any of those things from my woman. But I'm not saying that I need it, but when it arrives, it's fine. It's like, okay, yeah, fine. Like, whatever. If that makes you happy to rub my feet, fine. But I'm not sitting here going, oh my gosh, I really want to be pampered by my woman because that's just going to make me feel special. I'm already special based on myself, right? My cup is full. My cup is already full. And this is how I think that, other guys need to be as well. You fill your own cup, and then whatever she gives you is just extra. So then if it doesn't continue, then you're not at any kind of loss. But if you're in a place where you need these things in order to feel good, well, then you're going to have yourself a problem. You really are. So this is really an issue, really big issue for you guys. I don't know what's going on in your heads, but Wicked Scorpion here. Let me see what this says here. Apparently, soft guy era is supposed to be a counter to something called soft girl era that came out either 2022 or 2023. So basically, they're caring too much about what women do. Yeah, it's like I said, it's wanting to be an equal to a woman, and I just don't see where the desire is. I don't see how that's desirable. How is that desirable to want to be like a woman? I mean, what's next? Are you going to start wearing women's clothes? Oh, men have already started doing that. You start growing your hair out? No, men are already doing that. You going to start wearing makeup? No, men are already doing that. Are you going to be getting lip filler and Botox injections? Men are already doing that. Are you doing like body surgeries? Yep, men are already doing that. Come on. Is this your future? God damn, I'm so lucky to have been born in the 70s. Like, I almost feel bad. I almost feel bad for women because this is what they have to deal with. Like, they have to deal with competition from the opposite gender. What the hell is up with that? Competition from men over who's gonna be cared after, who's gonna be pampered. I mean, I know it sounds harsh, but it's like, I don't need my woman for shit. There's what she adds to me is great, and it's enjoyed and it's much appreciated. But I don't need anything. Like, I'm good. So I just don't understand what all this is for. Yeah, Braithwaite, early 80s. Man, the 80s were a fucking great time. 80s were a great time. You know what was great? Because we didn't have fucking social media and cell phones. We rode our bikes, and our parents never knew where the fuck we were. We would break shit. We'd set shit on fire. We'd go to the mall and play video games, like in an arcade where it's social. Like talking to people and talking to girls, and a pizza shop right across the way in the mall. Like going out skateboarding, graffiti, go to dance parties. Like now it's like like virtual dance parties. The fuck? You guys want to unfuck yourselves? Unplug from social media. Learn to talk to people. Learn, just all people, not just women you're attracted to. Talk to people. Learn how to be a social being, and you will have a leg up on so many guys out there. Just by being able to talk. Like, imagine, and that's so sad. How sad is that, right? That you can get such a considerable leg up on on other men simply just being able to talk to people comfortably, right? Without this fucking social anxiety. Social anxiety? Are you kidding me? Social anxiety. How can that be a real thing? How is that possible that that's a real thing? Like, I'd have anxiety over taking my skateboard down a set of 10 stairs. That's anxiety, right? Because if you fuck it up, you're gonna be severely injured. That's anxiety. But these guys have the same amount of fear when it comes to talking to the girl across the parking lot. Yeah, that's part of it. That's part of it. Apparently, it's part of it. It's like reappropriating, again, following women, reappropriating what women said along. There was some fad, and they said something like "sprinkle, sprinkle." I don't know what the fuck. Why can't people just talk normally instead of making catchphrases and all this weird shit? Men don't talk like this. We talk straightforward, clearly, and concisely. We stick to the facts. Speak objectively. Don't speak from your feelings. Just talk. Grown men saying drizzle, drizzle. I don't think I've ever said drizzle anything. And occasionally I bake, right? I was trained by a French culinary chef. And a French pastry chef. So I know about drizzling shit on top of stuff. I don't remember the last time I've ever said even the word drizzle. Like, the word itself sounds feminine as fuck. Why are men wanting to sound like this? It's beyond me. It is absolutely beyond me. So I got this other video. I got a video here. It was pretty recent, so we're gonna take a look at this. I just kind of popped around a little bit and to see what it said, but I didn't want to watch the whole thing through. And so we're gonna check this out. Let me see, which one is this? What the fuck? I'm using Firefox. The browser's blocked your screen. Click the screen icon. Dude, what the fuck? I don't know why this is so complicated on... I don't know what the fuck is going on. I switched to Firefox because it was Chrome was giving me some issues with oh, here we go. Maybe I have to do this. Chrome was giving me some issues. It was crashing my shit, and so I tried Firefox, and there. It shouldn't be that. Alright, it shouldn't be that fucking hard just to share a screen. God damn. Pardon me. Pardon the delay. All right, there we go. All right.
After a lot of time and consideration, I've now decided to enlist and take my talents to the soft guy era. I'm done with the bare minimum. Deal's already done. Contract's been signed. I'm tall, I'm dark skinned, I'm athletic, and I just can't be giving out this sexy chocolate for free. If you're not putting anything in my hands, I'm not putting anything in you.
I'm in my soft guy era. We will no longer be pumping our own gas. When we pull up to the gas station, ladies hop out the passenger seat and pump the gas while we sit in the car and watch TikTok videos. And we are now also requiring at least $100 to be spent on us on the first date. If you can't afford it, you shouldn't be dating anyways.
Gold digger. Baby girl, if you broke, just say that, okay? Like, it's really that simple, okay? Like, if you can't afford to date me, leave me alone. Like, if you ain't got your own car, leave me alone. If you ain't got your own crib, leave me alone. If you're not trying to put my bank account on your direct deposit, what are we even having a conversation for?
Stuff has had me rolling for the last 2 weeks. It is so refreshing to see men finally stand on business. Oh, how the mighty tables have turned. Let's get into it.
Fellas.
Wait. What did he just say? What the fuck?
So refreshing to see men.
I'm not finna lie to y'all. This drizzle shit has me weak.
Guys, I don't know about you, but this soft guy era stuff has had me rolling for the last 2 weeks. It is so refreshing to see men finally stand on business. Oh, how.
It's not refreshing. He thinks it's refreshing. Like, this comes from the position of competing and fighting against women. And, oh, it's so refreshing. We have a leg up. We've got an advantage. Ooh, it's like a whole new battle. It's not refreshing. It's depressing. This is not how men operate. And this is definitely not standing on business. Because standing on business means you're not giving a shit what women are doing or saying. My God.
How the mighty tables have turned. Let's get into it.
Fellas, it's war.
The males have started saying drizzle, like sprinkle, sprinkle. It's a new generation of men, so are so feminine. drizzle. I thought they were talking about Drake. It doesn't stick as good as sprinkle, sprinkle.
Oh, yes, it do.
Men are becoming way more
sassy.
How? And way more like they
How?
Because girls are fighting for like equality.
You said you're independent.
I think they're the prize.
We are.
Nobody's chasing you.
You are.
Nobody's.
You are. I'm not gonna lie. All I heard was, I'm broke. It'd be the same girl saying, I don't need a man. I don't need shit from a man. I'm an independent mommy. Like, what do I need a man for? Okay. Move in alignment with that. Why do you keep fucking talking? Right? Now that I'm in my soft guy era.
Wait. So, isn't that what he's supposed to be doing?
I'm starting to realize you guys actually do need us. We actually are the prize. You guys beg us, when are you gonna take me serious? Never. How about that? Never. I'm never taking you serious because you're not paying for anything.
See, that right there is a huge flaw in his thinking. Okay, yes, it's fine for a woman to say, when are you going to take things seriously? Because they want to know that they can be taken off the market. They want to know what your intentions are, what your level of commitment might be. Excuse me. And so they want to know what your plan is. But see, here's the thing. Men with a capital M, we inform them. You don't want any questions, right? You don't want to have to answer questions. Okay? So it's important that you as men lay things out. All right? So I told my woman, and I've told this with every other woman that I've dated. I said, listen, I'm going to be dating and observing you, because I don't really like the word vetting. right? I'm going to be dating and observing you for at least 6 months. And then from the 6-month period, that's when I'm going to decide whether I want to keep you around for the next stage of observation. And then if we get to 12 months and everything is good, that's when you'll get the title of girlfriend. That's how it works. And I laid it all out for her. All right. And then I also gave her a document stating the terms and conditions of what it is to be spending time with me. And there was a bunch of things in there. It wasn't too long. It was maybe like a paragraph or two, if I remember correctly. And just basically stating of like what I expect and things that are allowed and not allowed. Just not a very general thing. It wasn't like strict rules or anything like that. But maybe one day I'll do a review on my terms and conditions. But I laid it out. So the whole idea is I wanted to make it as clear as possible of what it is to spend time with me and to consider coming onto my program. All right. So that she has less questions, there's less ambiguity, and she knows how to move within that, should she decide to. And when you don't have that, that's when you have questions. That's when she wonders what's going on. What are we? That's when all that shit happens. Okay. So just be clear, be direct. None of this sideways talking shit. All right.
You're just broke as shit, and then you want me to take you serious and date you. No. Pick up a bill. Once you pick up a bill, now we
he said something important. I gotta remind this.
Shit, and then you want me to take you serious. Never. How about that? Never. I'm never taking you serious because you're not paying for anything.
Right there. Okay. I'm never taking you serious because you're not paying for anything. Okay. This is someone who wants a woman to take care of him. Okay. I will take you, and it's also indication of a guy who has no program, a guy who doesn't have any structure. His only structure, because it was his first thing and his only thing that he said was money. He wanted to see her spending money on him. Women can spend money on you and not give a fuck. They're not going to be addicted to you, right? That's not an indication that she thinks that you are the best thing that's happened to her. Okay. What you shouldn't be looking for is if she's spending money on you or not. Okay. That's going to happen down the road anyways. Okay. You should be looking for things based on your program, based on your preferences, based on your needs, based on your desires. That's what you should be looking at. And that's how you can see whether she is wanting to impress you, okay? Because if she sees you as someone that can affect her and influence her, make her feel great about herself, and she wants to spend more time with you, she's going to position herself in such a way that she can say, in other words, I want to be here, right? And then you as a leader can present opportunities for her to win. And if she takes those opportunities, then great. It has nothing to do with her spending money on you. Like, this is why. Like, I don't see the fucking point. Why are you looking to have someone spend money on you? Are you not self-sufficient? Who cares? They break off some money for you. Whoa, big deal. Why? Like, why care? Okay. I mean, if you were doing well, all right, I'm not saying you got to be a bajillionaire. Okay. But if you're doing all right for yourself, why would you need another person's money? The only logical explanation I can think of is you need it. You need a woman to support you in order to live life and do fun shit. That's the only thing I could think of. And if that's necessary, what the hell are you doing talking to women unless it's just to have sex, right? But guys these days, they're not just about that. They want to be cared for. They don't want to be looked after, okay? So they want more than just to, bust a nut. They want more than that. But if they want more than that and they're not self-sufficient, there's a problem. Anyways.
You're just broke as shit.
Right, this kid
and
is
then you
annoying.
want me to take you serious and
Let's
date
see
you.
what
No.
these people say.
Pick up a bill. Once you pick up a bill, now we can start to talk. Women start complaining, oh, these men don't want commitment. I wonder why, because you're broke. Why would I want to be committed to a broke bitch?
Like 30 pictures already.
All right, let me see.
Weird.
I mean, like, why are you even talking to women who are broke? Do you even know any broke women? Like broke means like you're like living, you're a grown person living with roommates, and you need like 6 jobs, or you're jobless, you're homeless. Like, that's broke. Okay. Like, I don't think I've ever come across a woman who's broke. Granted, I live in New York City, so like you literally can't be broke here or you'll be living on the streets. So the only broke people I ever see are those living on the streets. But anyways.
I can't use this. Hell no, my eyes are closed. Look, you're not even getting my angle. You should get the upper angle so I can look masculine.
You can still post them. What's the problem?
So I know he's joking around, like this is just a skit, but did you hear that? So I can look masculine, okay? So I can appear masculine. So I can be perceived as masculine. Okay, because if he was actually masculine, this wouldn't even exist. Foolish.
If you're going to be anything in this world, be fucking for real. I'm not posting this. Come on, get some more. Let me get some on my man bag. Hold on.
Yeah, this is definitely satire.
Listen, I don't think y'all understand what this whole soft guy era movement is really doing. It's really exposing that a lot of women play ignorant to men's feelings and how they treat
men's
men.
Feelings.
Because if you look at some of these comments and even the responses I got from my video, there's literally women answering their own questions with their own logic. So that means they're full.
I don't think their world better.
All right, ladies. The men have decided if you can't beat them, join them. So drizzle to your sprinkle. Okay? At the end of the day, you told men that they were toxic just for being men. You told men that strength and macho behavior and all the rest of the things that come along with being a man, those things are all bad. Put them away. Okay. They said no problem.
How many? I have never heard this before. Like, I really think that this trope only exists online. I have never in my life been told that I'm being too masculine. I don't think I've ever even been told that I'm being toxic. I don't think I've ever heard any negativity towards me about anything related to manhood. I think this is just shit that exists online. And we got this girl here caping for guys. Like, I don't give a shit. What's this guy have to say?
Dude. Drizzle.
So I'm texting this girl and she keep asking, what you doing? I'm like, man, I'm at the mall. I'm about to get me some cologne and shit. She was like, oh, okay. And what you gonna be doing after that? I had to go ahead and block her, bruh. Because what you're not gonna do is you're not finna keep asking me what you doing. And then when I tell you what I'm doing, and I say I'm about to buy me some cologne, you don't send me half the money. That's unacceptable.
What? You gotta be kidding me.
That's just low effort. And I don't care that I didn't ask you for the money. You should just know. You should read my mind. You should understand that if I'm buying me something, why aren't you chipping in? Why aren't you pitching in to help me get whatever it is that I'm trying to buy?
So he's asking this of a woman who's not his woman to spend money on him. Like, this is bizarre. And not only that, like, just wanting a woman to spend, like, expecting her to spend money on you. Guys, that's fucking weak. That is weak. To be expecting the woman to do these things, okay? This is not fucking manly shit. To be expecting, the only thing I expect of my woman is to listen. That's it. When I tell her to do something, I expect her to do it. That is it. There's no hidden things because, see, this falls in line with like the nice guy shit. If you guys haven't read No More Mr. Nice Guy by Dr. Robert Glover, do so. It will help you. It's required reading for all of my students. This falls in line with what he calls, what was it? Covert contracts. Okay, so a covert contract is when you have an expectation, a desire for someone to do something because you did something. And then there's an emotional attachment there linked to it. So it's along those lines. So like a typical covert contract would be, oh, I did the dishes and put away the laundry, and in my mind, because of that, I would love a blowjob. But I'm not saying that, like, come over here and get on your knees, right? Oh, I couldn't do that because she might get scared. She might get angry. She might not do that. And I'll look bad. I'll look controlling. Okay. So instead, I'm going to create this like silent little conversation in my head of I did these nice things and therefore I feel I should get these things from my woman. Okay. And then when it doesn't happen, I, of course, am going to have all this crazy resentment towards her, right? That's typically how covert contracts work. This is along the same lines. He's like, I didn't say it. Listen, you want a woman to do something, great. If it's spending money on you, fine. Like, that's what you want to do. I don't give a fuck. Okay. But if you're wanting someone to do something, you need to instruct them. No one is psychic, right? Professor Xavier does not exist. All right. He only lives in the movies. You need to instruct people on how to treat you. Okay? And he said, I didn't ask. Why would you ask? Just tell her. If that's what you're really about, tell her. Say, I'm buying some cologne. Send me a cash app for $50, $100, $200, whatever.
You're worthless right now.
Worthless.
You see what I'm saying? And I really don't feel bad about it because,
again, his sense of worth towards a woman is if she is willing, is if she has psychic abilities to then step out of, her zone and spend money on him. That's where he gains worth. That's his barrier between worth and not worth. Okay? Which shows me that he's actually never led a woman. He's never had a woman under his influence. And he certainly has no program. So, because if he did, then he wouldn't be speaking this way, and he would know exactly what he wants and how to instruct to get it. Right? This shit wouldn't, and he would really understand the value that a woman brings when she adheres to what he's saying. That's what makes someone valuable. Okay? But if, say, you're lacking in money, then money becomes this coveted object. This becomes the value thing that you seek, and therefore you are wanting people to give it to you. Okay, now money's great. I love it when people give me money too, but it's when you're hungrily seeking after these things. That's when you're looking at the situation, being like, "Oh man, I wish she would give this to me," right? But then it's masked over with all this other bullshit. It's masked. His feelings about not being desired is being masked over by this like satirical bullshit. Okay. It's sad, but it'd be much more honest if you were to just say, shit, you know what? I don't like my station in life. Women aren't checking for me. I get blown out every single time I talk to them. That really sucks. I would love to change that about my situation. That is a better situation to have and a better way to communicate to yourself than doing this like sideways mass communication. I'm spiteful towards you, but I'm going to play off like I'm not. And I'm going to take the role that I see that you're in and kind of play the role of the woman. And I'm like kind of kidding, but I'm kind of not. It's like, grow the fuck up. Act like a man. Act grown up. Act grown up. All right? And a lot of problems will be solved for you just by doing that alone.
Why are you in my life? Why are you here? And then this really your third day in a row texting me asking me what I'm doing. I tell you what I'm doing. You don't make the efforts to make plans. You don't make the efforts to try to see me.
What'd I tell you? What'd I tell you? He's never led before.
I got to get you out of here. Because honestly, I do everything by myself anyway. So if you're not adding to my life immediately when we first meet, it's like, why are you here?
And what was more funnier was the fact that a lot of women thought it was just going to be the black men that's going to be acting like they all, going through a soft guy era. No, it looks like all races of men are starting to get in on this and give their approval of this new trend.
Is this a woman gaslighting me in my comments and being homophobic? If you're a brokey, just say that. It's giving projecting. And who said I was joking? I'm in my soft guy era. If you can't take me out to Texas Roadhouse and treat me to pasta and lobster, get the fuck on. November's coming up and I want a Tesla. If you can't put a down payment on my Tesla, get the fuck on.
We're in our soft guy era.
So one of my girlfriends just brought me to Chipotle and I'm like, what are we doing here? Do I look like the type of man that eats at Chipotle? Like,
Fuck yes. God damn, I love Chipotle. Those burritos, just a sidebar, those burritos are like the size of a baby's thigh, right? They fill that shit. I don't know about you guys, but the one like a couple blocks from me, holy fuck. Fantastic post-workout meal for me. A lot of protein, a lot of carbs. But hell yeah, I'd fuck up some Chipotle. What the hell's wrong with this dude?
show some respect. So then she took me to Applebee's and I'm like, you have got to be kidding me. I Ubered out of there. Kings, know your worth. Don't let these girls take you to these trash restaurants. Like, I wanted a filet mignon. How am I supposed to get that at Applebee's?
And look at this guy, like all like snuggled up in bed with his pillow. He probably has a pillow between his knees too, talking about this shit. What is wrong with men? This is so bad for society. Man, anyone who's watching this, I don't want to hear the fucking, I can't even remember what it is, soft guy era come out of your mouth. All right? If you say drizzle, even once, don't even come back to my channel. Like, just don't bother. Because you're going to bring down society. And we don't need that. This is terrible. The long-term implications of this, if this actually catches on and it's not some stupid fad, this is going to be very bad. It's already terrible out there. This is going to be bad.
Do I really look like an Applebee's type of guy?
So apparently
Actually,
there's
you
this
do.
new thing going around where all men are calling themselves, they're saying that they're in their soft guy era. And I have a message to all you men out there. You're not men. You're kings. And you know what? So am I, baby. Matter of fact, I'm a 10. And you're a 10 as well. Soft guy summer, baby. We ain't going.
He actually doesn't believe this, right? So men who feel that they are kings never have to say it. Men who feel that they are 10s never have to say it. In fact, they never even think of themselves in these terms, okay? Because what that is, it automatically implies that you are comparing yourself. So when you say, I'm a 10, it means you're comparing yourself to not 10s. You're comparing yourself to others, okay? When you say, I'm a king, that means you're comparing yourself to what you perceive as not kings. So again, you're comparing yourself in order to feel better about yourself. If you were at 100, there'd be no reason for any sort of comparative speak whatsoever. You would just be it, okay? A fucking, a great white shark doesn't fucking think about anything else except what it needs to do, right? These statements, this thinking, this belief, these actions of creating the videos, getting into the comment sections of things, none of these things do anything for strengthening and progressing your life. None of it. It does nothing for you, okay? Which means that if these guys are doing this, none of them are leaders. None of them are influential. None of them are actually the kings that they claim to be, right? They just want the moniker. They just want to put the crown on their head so they can feel special and make sure other people hear it, other people see it, because they have low self-esteem. The man with self-esteem, who's grounded, knows what the fuck he stands on, and has that internal pillar riding inside him, there's no comparison. You don't think about anything else. You don't think about how you're perceived. You don't think about how you're moving. You think about what you want, what your goals are, and how to get them. That's it. That's all that matters.
Ain't going nowhere. Drizzle, drizzle, baby.
This is embarrassing for black men. Well, fuck it. I'll hop in then and I'll say the same thing. I am in my soft guy era. Now it's embarrassing for all men that we're holding our standard the exact same way that you have a standard for us. Okay.
No, this is not standard holding. What this is a terrible thing called, what is it called? It's something identity. It's along the lines of groupthink. Okay. It's like a knit identity, where your identity is stitched together with other people. All right. This is groupthink. This is hive thinking. This is not healthy. Okay. Standards don't work for men in plural. Okay. A man has his own standard, and it has no relation to any other man. That's it. You're sovereign. You stand on your own. Okay? I'm talking about your internal world. Your internal world is an island. It's an island with armaments and securities. This is, let's stick together, guys. Let's all hold hands against these evil women, guys. We got this, bros. This is like some schoolyard adolescent bullshit. Like, could you imagine James Bond ever saying something like this? Or fucking Conan the Barbarian saying any of this shit? No. I mean, I know these are like, you know, imaginary characters, but they're archetypes. They're archetypes of strong men who stand on their shit, and they stand alone. The fuck?
Okay, that's the woman playbook. They'll either call you insecure, they'll call you gay, which is homophobic, don't do that, or they'll try to shame you. Why do women do that? Because that's their internal playbook. They can't actually make men do anything physically, because obviously we're stronger. So throughout history, that's how they've gotten to control men. However, since y'all wanted equal rights and
No. You know how they controlled men? By men allowing themselves to be, get this, by listening to them. What do you think this guy's doing? He's listening to them, and therefore speaking back, making videos and all this bullshit, okay? You ruin your mind by listening to the female en masse voice. The only voice that matters coming from a woman is relatives that you care for, because I know you might have mothers that are just terrible people, and you're not close with them. But so female relatives that you care for, that you're close with, and you're a woman when she earns the ability to have your ear. That's it. Whatever women are saying in society that are not your woman, who cares?
equal pay so bad, and now that you've gotten it, it's only fair that we go 50-50 in the relationship, which at this point in the video would invoke you saying, oh, like you're a broke insecure guy, naturally. But I don't know if you could tell, that is my water view. According to y'all, I'm a high value man. Like, I'm what y'all want. You want a 6-figure?
No, you're not high value at all. Like, you might have money, you might be tall, you might be good looking, but that doesn't make you high value. That makes you a high mark. That makes you primed and marinated for use. That's all that is. Primed and marinated for use. That's not being high value. That's just a good kill.
Figure man over 6'1", that is well endowed.
I know that's right, because that's exactly how these women sound. And I'm glad that guys are reversing the roles, hopefully in an attempt to get women to see how ridiculous they sound when they're dating or in a relationship.
E-time. Did you see the news that men are actively embracing their soft guy era?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm just as shocked as you are. But let's break down where this came
Shocked
from.
for what?
The soft guy era is an offshoot of the men's response to the 4B movement.
No, it's
I
not.
don't know about that.
The soft guy era has nothing to do with the 4B movement.
And this soft guy era stuff is life. It is so funny. My comment section on that post is hysterical. The things the men are saying, it is just so funny. And the number of angry, triggered women in that comment section. This isn't anti-women. This is giving women the energy that they have been giving to men. If they wanted to, they would. Men are no longer settling for the bare minimum. And men expect you to come with 50-50. They're not even asking for 100% like y'all were. Well, some of them are because they want to trigger you. Oh my God, I love it so much. But man, some of these ladies are so mad.
My boyfriend broke up with me because I forgot to send him his daily allowance for his soft guy era of $5,000. I only sent him $2,000 and he told me that it was giving broke and he deserves so much more. Last week, I got...
Listen, if you're a grown man, don't say XYZ is giving XYZ. Don't speak this way. This is adolescent speak. Speak like a grown, mature, educated man. Okay? Let's say, oh, that's giving whatever fucking energy, right? Don't speak like this. It's retarded.
Got him a new Lexus and he told me that kings don't drive Lexuses, that he was expecting a Mercedes-Benz S-Class and that it wasn't good enough because he knows his worth. And of course, I don't love him enough if I don't understand that. Last night, I tried to plan a date to Bonefish Grill, but he told me only Capital Grill. So he made me pay for an Uber to take him home because he absolutely refused to be there with me. He told me he only deserves the best because his mom always gave him the best. And he deserves Prince treatment all of the time. I planned a trip to Hawaii, but he expected first class and a trip to Hong Kong and Bora Bora. And because I didn't come through, he told me that I wasn't good enough and that if I really loved him, I'd spend more money on him. The other reason he said he broke up with me is because I only sent him $100 for his maintenance when really it was $500. And he told me that I'm so broke because I can't afford his basic maintenance and that he's a king and he needs to be well maintained if I want to date him.
Men like women anymore, and I mean this whole seriousness. It seems like every time there's a trend where women say something, men have to rebel back and then they take it to an extreme. Understand something, ugly. The women are not looking for you. So when you guys say, oh, I'm in the soft guy era, girls gotta come to me, girls wasn't coming to you before.
Now, before y'all get
It's
mad,
true.
hold y'all horses. I know, bro. Hold on. He's one of us. He's been living in his soft guy era. He's been living in it. And little do y'all know, he's on our side. He's been living in his soft guy era. He got proof. I can show you better than I can tell you. No broke women. No broke women. Gave him 10 bands for his birthday. Yeah. The soft guy era is hitting different over there.
I think this movement is the best movement right now on the internet. I'm loving this.
But regardless of what women are giving that guy, he's absolutely right. He is absolutely right. This is complete bullshit. Guys who are speaking on this are basically rebelling at the fact that women are not checking for them. Women are not wanting these guys in their lives. And then going off on this thing, getting super entitled, and basically becoming the women that they can't stand. This is so bizarre. I feel like I'm in the goddamn Twilight Zone.
I think Kevin Samuels would be smiling down on all these men right now. And I don't think this is a trend that's going to play out soon. Soft guy era is here to stay. But that's all I got in this video. You guys drop a comment down below and let me know what you think of this hilarious new movement that is reaffirming to men that we are the prize. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
Nah. Well, there you have it. That was highly educational for me. It informs me that men are even more doomed in 2024 than they were in 2023. This is scary. This is scary. It's concerning. It's even mildly depressing that men are they're the ones who are not being chosen are rebelling in a way that matches women. I just don't get it. And the thing is, though, is like just like the guys when he was defending, he's like, no, you're on our side. You're on our side. No, he's not, because that guy was being wanted by, because it's not really being chosen, being desired by other women. Like he said that some woman gave him 10 bands for his birthday. Fine, all right. But the thing is, when your program and when your game is in a way that is influential, when you influence yourself to the point where you can easily influence others without really even wanting to have anything, like without wanting to influence them, things just like that happen. It's not a surprise moment, okay? But the thing is that when you're hungry, you're desiring, you're wanting, and you're in this, you're like a hungry ghost, all right? Like no one can see you, but you want to devour everything, okay? Thinking like this, being that needy, being that hungry, is just going to lead to destruction. It really is. There's really nothing good that can be said about any of this shit. Nothing good can come from that. This shit is weird as hell. And it's as some of the fellas had said, it's bad for the brand. It's really bad for the brand. Yeah, it does seem like they've just given up, right? Like that one lady said, she was saying, like, if you can't beat them, join them, that sort of stuff. Yep, that's what it seems like. If you can't beat them, join them. So it's like, well, I can't, there was that whole submission thing, right? When guys were bugging out about wanting women's submission and demanding that they submit. Like that didn't work. All right. So browbeating them didn't work. The like POA bullshit, like that flopped. All these things that like men have tried to get women to desire them, women to want to be with them, they all flop, right? It's like those fad diets, and they all have these weird names, and like every few years, like this new fad diet comes along, the carnivore diet. There was one where they're saying like, don't eat anything that's white. So like no eggs, no white bread, no flour, like anything that's white, just don't eat it. Okay. But they come and go. And the thing is, just like manhood, the basic fundamentals will always ride true. Okay. Just eat less and burn more. Less calories in, more calories out. It's really that simple. You don't have to have these crazy fucking special diets, this keto, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Just freaking consume less calories, man. And go for a jog every day. Jump some rope, whatever. Burn the calories and consume less. It's really that simple. It doesn't have to be more complex than that. Same thing with with the, you know, with dealing with women. It's the basic fundamentals of manhood. It's not these trends that are going on, this submission and, you know, dealing with this and dealing with that, and now the soft guy era, and, you know, with all these like catchphrases, drizzle fucking bullshit. This stuff, it will go, right? The only thing that stays is real manhood. It's fundamental. It's foundational. It comes from your core. It requires work getting to know who you are. This is the solution to your problems, is getting to know who you are and shoveling out all the crap from your psyche that has nothing to do with that. That's all it is. Yep. Yeah, it's totally crazy. This fucking TikTok generation, you want to do something manly, right? You want to be a man? Delete fucking TikTok from your phone. That's a manly thing to do. Don't use fucking TikTok unless it's something for your business. Unless you're making money from it, delete it. Because it's, like I was saying before, links to goals, desires, needs, things of that nature, right? Your principles. Is TikTok linked to any of those things? If not, and if it's not linked to making money, what the hell do you have this adolescent toy in your phone? Fad diet. Yep. Yes, because the bad behaviors always come back, Uncle Guns, because they've not dealt with themselves on a fundamental level. And they think the problem is, oh, that was the wrong diet for me. That was the wrong exercise program for me. There was the wrong this, wrong that. No, you're the freaking problem. I guarantee if you just take a very simple workout program, very simple diet program, like just use like MyFitnessPal. All right, I got my son using MyFitnessPal. You drastically reduce your sugar intake. You watch your carbs, your fats, and your proteins. And you exercise at least 3 days a week. And you do this without changing onto some other bullshit. Do this for at least a year. I guarantee you will have results. Same way with being a man. You don't switch around listening to this fad, listening to that news thing, this, that, the other, TikTok, social media, YouTube, Instagram, what's fucking popping, what are people talking about? Let me listen to the whole fucking groupthink, fractured identity bullshit. Okay? No, your identity is sovereign. Your mind is sovereign. Start building that state. Start building that state of you. What does it stand for? What is its constitution? Build up your armaments to defend yourself from this crazy shit. This fucking soft guy era crazy shit. This should have no place in your mind. These words should have no home on your tongue. This is not how men think. This is not how men behave. And if you're of this age group, get yourself away as much as possible. Distance yourself from this bullshit as much as possible. I don't give a fuck that means you're going to be alone. Grow up. You're alone as a man. And that should be awesome. I fucking love being alone. I love spending time by myself. Sure, it's great when my woman comes home and we spend some time together, okay? But I'm not sitting here being bored. There's too much to fucking do. There's way too much that needs to be done, both in caring for myself and attending to my goals. Like that should take up 95% of your time, caring for yourself and attending to your goals. You should be reviewing your goals every single night. Then when you're having your morning coffee or your breakfast or whatever, you should be reviewing those and putting them in a list of what gets done in which order. Like, this is how you should be working your days every single fucking day. And not go, oh, well, it's Friday, so I'm gonna fucking binge drink. I'm gonna eat a whole fucking pizza. How are these actions linked to your goals? You have to think of every single thought, word, and action as something meaningful. Fuck your habits. Most of them are terrible anyways. Start doing what you know is right. You don't shit. You know, people say, yes, you need game, right? And this is part of game, but I'm saying like the mouthpiece part of game. You don't even need to develop a mouthpiece if you just fucking stay focused and still communicate with people socially. You can't let that go by the wayside. You have to engage with other humans and learn how to communicate well. But I'm saying having a skillful mouthpiece, that's not even necessary, because by you just doing what I suggested doing, you will stand out so far apart from the vast majority of males that it'll be sickening. Especially if you deal with your attachment issues to the female archetype. Now you've got rocket fuel. Now it's easy. Remember, easy. They are so easy. Why? Because I only operate from me. You know, I'm working with a guy recently. He came on as a new student, and he's going through some very troubling times in his relationship. Okay, very troubling. And he talks to me about all sorts of stuff throughout the day, because, you know, my clients have 24/7 access to me, and so I'm always answering messages and taking calls and all that stuff, especially if they're in a dire situation such as his. So, well, it's not dire, but it's dire to him. And the things he tells me, the majority of it, I'd say like 85% of it, is him trying to grasp a hold of where her mind is. So essentially, his mind is sitting in her head, or trying to, right? So he's trying to figure her out, thinking along her methods, her ways, or trying to just sort her out from a distance. And all that time spent thinking about what he thinks she's thinking, which means that exact amount of time is not spent dealing with himself, thinking for himself, his own thoughts that have nothing to do with his woman. That's a lot of time. And this is what a lot of guys are doing. And it takes work, because now, so he has to be shown. So now I'm showing him, I'm flipping the mirror on him and going, look at how much of your dialogue has to do with what you think she's thinking. Her thinking about what she could possibly be motivated by, trying to figure her out. Look at how much mental and emotional time you're doing with this sort of nonsense. And then I said, what do you want? I don't know. You can't be a man and say, I don't know what I want. It doesn't work. And then on the flip side say, I want to be a leader. How can you lead without a clear understanding of what you want and need? They go hand in hand. How can you be looking for her desire from you, aka her approval, and then still be confident? You can't do that. You can't be confident and seek approval at the same time. They're antithetical. So if you are confident, then be confident. You don't need their approval. You don't need their input. You don't need them to like it. Sure, if they like whatever, fine, great, that's cool. But you don't need it. Guys are lost. You have to create this through knowing what you want, clear intentions, with no fear of whether another person likes it or not, whether they approve of it or not. Put it into motion. If they can't hack it, okay, that's not really your problem. All right? We're not here to change things to make it easier and better and more conducive for other people. We're trying to make it more conducive for ourselves. And to make things more conducive for yourself, you cannot factor in outside influence. Right? Simplify. Well, I don't know what she will think. Who cares? If she likes it, great. If she doesn't like it, fine. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether she likes it or not, whatever it is. Yes. Yep. No, because you can't know what you're thinking if you're thinking about other people. You don't know what your thoughts are, namely about yourself. All right, Wicked Scorpion, I don't know if you bounced already, but I appreciate you stopping through. Y'all should just stop and have a workout. So I'm going to end this here stream. I appreciate everyone who's come through here on the live. Please do yourselves a favor and go over to thedominanceacademy.com. I've got PDFs on there that are very well priced for downloading about attraction and desire. I've got call options and the academy. So if anyone's got any questions about that, you can find me on Instagram at thedominance.academy, or you can email me at justin@thedominanceacademy.com. All right, I'm going to call it and close this one up. I appreciate everyone who's come through on the live, and I appreciate you who have going to be watching this on the replay.